Greetings, friends. David Marks here. The latest Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic update brings a couple of much-needed improvements to Lightroom's masking capabilities. Before the June 2022 update, we had an invert mask command, which worked fine for a simple single layer, but inverting complex mask groups was tedious and difficult. That has been fixed now, and the brilliant folks at Adobe have added an excellent new duplicate and invert mask command. If masking inside of Lightroom Classic is new for you, then please watch one of my basic tutorials on this topic before proceeding. But if you are ready, then let's jump right in and let's get started. My goal when processing any image is to make my subject really stand out. To do that, I've already used all of the global controls here inside of Lightroom Classic's Develop module to fine-tune the overall image. At this point in my workflow, I'm ready to add some masks to make the girl with the skis on her shoulder a more prominent part of this scene. For the subtleties here, I'm going to tap on this icon to open up Classic's masking panel, and then I'm going to activate the Select Subject command. In this case, Adobe's AI engine made a great selection around my model and her skis. If I activate the Show Overlay command for a second, then you can see what a good job Lightroom did detecting the subject of this photo. By the way, I have my mask overlay mode set to the color overlay on black and white option right now, since I think this setting makes it really clear that the area in red is the part of this image that I'm about to change. To make my model stand out more from the background, I'm going to increase the exposure. I think I'll bring up the contrast. I'll open up my highlights. I'll bring down the blacks. I'll add some texture and some clarity. And I'll add a touch of saturation and a little sharpness too. Now, if I click the eyeball off and on beside this mask, then hopefully you can see how these changes have made her a bit more eye-catching. I'm pleased with our results, and now I want to push this separation even further by cooling down the background. Before the latest update, if I wanted to use the inverse of the mask that I have right now, the one that I just renamed Model, then I would have had to follow a couple of separate steps. Prior to the latest update, I would have had to click on the three little dots icon first. Then I would have had to use the Duplicate command to make a copy of this mask. Then I might have had to open up this menu again and use the Invert command to flip it over. Well, now, fortunately, I can take care of this whole process in a single step. With the latest update, all that I need to do is to bring out that flyout menu and then choose the new Duplicate and Invert Mask option. And in no time, I now have a new mask that is the opposite of my original, and that I can use to change the entire background in this photo. To achieve that goal, I'm going to make things a little darker, colder, less saturated, and less sharp. Let's see how these changes look if I turn the eyeball off and on for this mask layer. That looks better to me. With this layer, I've made the background a little less interesting. I'm probably the only one who would ever notice this. But when I look at the screen right now, it seems to me that the area around her right foot, it appears out of place. It's super minor, but it seems like the changes that I just made with this mask layer have created a little unnatural kind of spot-like effect on her right heel. To fix that, I'm going to add a linear gradient into this mask group. And now, I'll drag my gradient out from about here to here so that the changes that I made to the town spill over a little into her legs and feet. That looks better. I'll press the Done button, and now let's see a complete before and after. To do that, I'm going to press the letter Y on my keyboard to split the screen. The image on the left is where we started today. There's nothing wrong with the photo on the left, but my model is not nearly as prominent, as eye-catching, as she is on the image on the right. The one on the right is the one where we've added those two masks. And thanks to the new Duplicate and Invert command, using the powerful Select Subject command to push my image one way, and then using its inverse to pull the rest of the image a different way, was fast and easy. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you learned something today, then please hit the subscribe button and leave us a like or a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next tutorial.